focus now on the legs. And you may need to move around depending on what we're doing. But first of all, this is how the towels would be. So if you're going to work on the legs, we need to access the legs. Yes? So what I'm going to do, first of all, is just literally move that bottom towel on top of the towel that goes across. Yeah? From this position, it's then easy just to fold that in half. And if I want to, I can tuck that one right under her leg. I'm not going to, but I can, depending on how much privacy I need. And then this one is going to tuck into her underwear. Okay, so I might come round a little bit with that one. Now, obviously, be careful how you're poking. Does that feel okay? Got the whole leg there. And as I say, that one can come underneath if you need it to. But for the sake of today, if the hand's in the way, because you need to come up here, you can move the hand to one side. Or go over the edge, if they're comfortable. Yes? Then what might I do? I might have done the holds first. I'm really sorry, but I would normally. I always forget when I'm teaching the legs to do the holds, but I would have done that and this would be following on. So imagine I have done the holds. What's next? How much oil might I need? 10p, 50p? Am I going to oil her or me first? Put it on my hands first. How might I be positioned if I'm going up the leg and down again? That way?
No. Yes.
No.
This, yeah.
Okay. Where's my front leg pointing? Wherever I'm going. Wherever my body is going to is where my front leg is going to. How do I move forward? I put my hands on. Where does my body need to be? Yeah, my body needs to move. Do I move from here?
No.
Following your hands.
Following your hands. Yeah.
My body leads my hands. Robert. Okay? So my body doesn't follow my hands, my body needs to lead the hands. So I'm always behind what I'm doing. How's my back?
Straight.
Go on, tell me. Go. It's not quite straight, but what is it?
Neutral.
Neutral.
Yes.
Okay. Leaning forwards on the front leg, coming back on the back leg. Leaning forwards on the front leg, coming back on the back leg. Leaning forwards. Is this the same effleurage that you're used to?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing complicated. My outside hand can go out and round the hip. My inside hand needs to fall short, need to be a little bit careful. Okay? So you do need to pay attention, not go up too high. When do we have to be careful with leg massage? What conditions do you think might be? Varicose veins, yes. And Helen, can I ask you about your vein here that I can see? Do you have any problem with that?
No.
Okay. So I can see a vein here. I don't know, is it all right, Helen, if I...
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I can see the tracking of a vein here. Is it a varicose vein? She's saying she doesn't have any trouble with it. But because I'm seeing that, I'm going to be a little bit careful. So if you see anything, part of your consultation is to find out if there are any contraindications to massage. If somebody does have a varicose vein, it's usually quite tortuous and it distended when they stand. Okay? What do we need to think about if somebody has a varicose vein? What's a contraindication for that?
You can go this way. You need to go against to the heart, I think.
You need to move towards the heart. Would you go above it, below it, on it?
Around it.
Around there.
Around it. That's interesting. Try again. Above it? Why would you work above a varicose vein? One at a time? Why would you work above a vein?
So aid both.
Absolutely, because that way you're supporting the drainage from that vein towards the heart, so you're taking the pressure off that vein. What if you were to work towards the vein from behind, from underneath? Yeah, so you're actually pushing blood towards that area that's already damaged. What about if you're working on a varicose vein?
Just light, not the light, not the breast.
Yeah, you actually don't want to be working on one either. So most of your work is going to be above, okay? Now how's your right leg, Helen?
Fine.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
use your right leg
Sorry,
then.
I don't understand what you mean by above. I'm just trying to.
Okay, so I'll do a diagram later, but say that's my leg,
Yeah.
okay? So if I work above the area, say that's the area that's damaged, okay? And the varicose vein is a problem with the valves in the vein itself. The valves break down, so that area has damage in it. If I go above, the vein is helping the blood towards the heart. If I work above, it takes the pressure off the vein. If I work towards, all I'm doing is bringing blood into the area. And if I'm working on, that's not healthy either.
So below, would you go in the other direction?
No, you don't do anything. If they're really bad varicose veins, you don't work below and towards and on. Okay? You have to be careful, so you work above.
So the question, usually varicose vein are on the other side of the leg.
They can be anywhere.
You should on the front.
No, they can be anywhere. Anywhere on the leg. And it's only the superficial veins, it's not the deep veins, it's the superficial vein. I've got nothing there, so I'm going to actually work that little bruise. Sometimes you have little broken veins, which is fine. Little broken veins is fine. But what I need you to understand is that what we don't want to do is add to the damage in a vein that's already broken down, yeah? So I'm going to go, we were doing effleurage, weren't we? So as I'm doing the effleurage, I can bring my hands all the way around and down. Can I reach the whole leg? Yes, I can, particularly if you use that idea of the push. And remember the pull. There's my bottom. Don't film my bottom. So that's effleurage. We might want to do more specific effleurage now in a different area. So I'm going to start with the lower leg. And I like this particular drainage stroke. If you get your hands in so that the actual index finger and the thumb creates like a V. Your whole hand is flat. There's no this, because that would hurt. But the hand is flat, but the pressure is towards the knee. See that? Am I using my whole body? Yes. Am I leaning into it? As well as that, you could use that flat wrist, what do we call it? Fist. I'm flattening that a little bit more so it's easier. You see, if I flatten that a little bit more, it takes the pressure off. What else could I do here? So we're kind of going from effleurage. I might use one hand on top of the other. I could, couldn't I? So am I going to change my position if I do some kneading? Side to side. Is it easier to do kneading here on the lower leg than it is on the back? You bet your bottom dollar it is. What else do we do on the back that we could use here?
Rolling.
Ringing. I like ringing. Somebody said ringing, so I'm going to do that first. Do we still use our bodies? Oh yes. Rolling. Is rolling easier here than it was on the back? Yes, it is. It really is. So you can roll down, roll back, roll down, roll back. You can use the heel of your hand to roll. And although you know that ringing we do? If you get really specific, you can roll as you pull back. Nice? Deeper. So do we need to check in with our client if we go deeper? How's that feeling?
That feels good.
Anything else we've done that we could try? Scooping. I'm not using more up there. It doesn't kind of work so well. But you could try it. Yeah. Yeah. It's all right. But actually, because it's so easy to do the kneading and the squeezing and the rolling, you can squeeze and roll up.
Petrissage.
That's all petrissage that I've just been doing.
I mean,
yeah.
percussion.
Shall I? Shall I
Don't
try
know.
that? How
Don't
might
know.
I try that?
You'd maybe mention, yeah, quicker.
Clever, eh? And what do we know about percussion? How long do we do it for? Huh?
Considerable amount of time.
Yeah, we don't just rush it and move on somewhere else. And maybe I want to begin to finish that, so I'm going to come into a different movement. What about the back of the knee?
You have to be careful there.
Yeah,
Well, they do. You have that long one that hurts sometimes.
Yeah, you do, but actually you need to be really gentle here. I saw some students working really hard in there, but please don't. Okay to connect with it, but don't do a lot of deep work in there. It's very sensitive. We ready to go? Do we need to do any... oh no, we haven't done compression yet. Whoops, whoops, whoops. We could do supported finger. Do that.
Yeah, I struggle with that.
And then I'm going to go up to the thigh. And effleurage. Some of that drainage is nice up there.
Sally, if somebody's got varicose veins on the upper leg, does that mean you don't do anything on that?
Yeah, you might just use holds. You see, I'm using my fist. You see what else I'm doing?
You're pushing with your body.
You're locking your elbow.
I'm locking my elbow into my hip. It just makes it easier. Do I like easy things?
Love.
So we might come up. What else could we do? Kneading, rolling, pulling. We did pulling, pulling. Could we do that ringing? Do the ringing. What else? What else?
Scooping.
Scooping, maybe a little more, but I still think the other stuff just kind of works a bit better. But we can try, depending on the person. That nice ringing. Anything else?
Can we work towards the other side of the, or it has to be always to the head?
I tend to work towards the heart. There's nothing to stop you doing the deeper stuff down as well, okay? So you can go down. I have a thing about going up. I don't know. It doesn't mean you can't, but could you do one hand on top of the other?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Could you do percussion?
Yes.
Of course. I don't need to show you that one again, do I? What I think I do want to show you Chocolate breaking. I haven't shown you my chocolate breaking yet, have I? Chocolate breaking is quite useful wherever you are. So, you know, with a bar of chocolate, you kind of do that, or that. So you've got the heels of your thumbs together, and you're just going to move away. Nice, right? And you can do that anywhere. So I could have done that on the calves. Gastrocnemius, the muscle here, has a kind of septum that goes between, so it's quite nice to work those two halves gently apart. What would I finish with? Effleurage. I'm going to do more effleurage.
Did you do percussion on the thigh as well?
Yeah. I was just saying you don't need to see me do that, do you? Okay. I wanted to, and of course you can use your fingers around the ankle bones, the malleolus, both sides, lateral, medial. You could easily do something on the sole of the foot. You can sandwich between one and the other and just, you know, include that. Don't feel you can have to not. I wanted to show you something else as well. Can you pass that white towel? This is the towel. One of the reasons to have a little towel in your pack is for any moments like this. So you can rest their foot on you, and you can do lots of stuff on the calf. I'm kind of just sitting on the couch. Is it easy? Do I like easy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, lots of squeezing, like toothpaste. Squeezing. Don't overuse these thumbs. We are going to, so you can use your whole. So don't overuse them. Yeah, you use your forearm.
So basically you're putting more pressure when you're going towards the heart and a bit like less when you're going away.
Yeah, generally, but don't get too hung
No.
up on that. There's a lot of, there used to be a lot said about towards the heart, and don't get too caught up in that. So lots of squeezing. I could also have her leg on my thigh. And I can work that way. Is that easy? Do I like it easy? Hey? No, it's actually easier. In terms of pressure.
You can use more of your...
No, it would work that way. I'm just trying to think if the other leg would work. It doesn't. So, you can try different things. Let me try. I don't think I ever work that way. No. Why? And that would just So if your body feels wrong, it's wrong. The reason I'm showing you that way is really effortless, and sometimes because of your height and the height and the length of the person's leg, when you're like this, it's like you're too crouched. So did you notice I sat up and she's just resting in there? You don't want to be down here in a position that's uncomfortable. So again, just think what's comfortable, what's not. Okay. And I'm going to finish with some nice effleurage, and am I going to pull through because it feels lovely? Okay. Percussion you can do anywhere. So you could do the percussion. I might finish with holds. I might finish with holds the other leg too. Do I want to work across to the other leg?
No.
Why? It's not uncomfortable. Again, I saw some students doing it like, I can just do something there. But unless there's a real advantage to me to do that, I wouldn't. Okay? So I could do percussion anywhere I like. Who's the drummers here?
Not anymore.
You could finish. You could do some nice percussion along the whole body, couldn't you? I'm sure you'd do it better.
I don't think so.
No, finish with Tony. Just 15.
Spin around.
Can you do it on the soles of the feet? It's nice. So,
Sally, if you, the percussion won't affect if anyone's got varicose veins, can you still do it?
again, you'd be careful.
Just go
you
softer.
would.
It's more
Yeah.
like that sort of
And
thing
not
as
on,
opposed to that.
obviously, not
Yeah.
on the vein.
You do have to be careful with varicose veins because they're vulnerable. If varicose veins are really severe, you can get ulceration around the varicose veins. So, you know, you really don't want to mess about and damage any tissue around a vulnerable vein.
Ulceration is.
Where the tissue breaks down and creates more of a hole. You know, like an ulcer in your mouth.
Oh yes, yes.
It would be like that around the varicose vein, where it literally breaks down the tissue around the vein. They're very, very difficult. You get to see them in elderly people, and they're really, really difficult to heal. So do you want to be damaging any tissue around a varicose vein?
No.
Okay?